In today's video, I have this small haul of two colors I got in with my Christmas presents. This one here is Marine Blue, Shin PWC Premium, which is supposed to be the full artist grade. And this one is Naples Yellow, PY35 and PY6. The Marine Blue is PB15:3. They're beautiful colors I researched a while before adding to my collection, and I knew they would help me out more than anything else. I also realized that some colors are very not light fast and much more fugitive but can also be toxic in this line, so I made sure to buy ones that were more light fast. The Naples Yellow is made with PY35, which is a more toxic pigment, being cadmium yellow, but I thought it would be worth using because it is also quite light fast and a beautiful shade that's really good for mixing. I decided to do some stuff working with just these two colors at first, so as you can see, I'm mixing the colors together with an increasing amount of the blue. This is also a beautiful color that I was considering buying from Holbein watercolors, but it was less expensive to get the Shin and it looks very similar to me. It's a color that Hayao Miyazaki uses in a lot of his color artwork as well, and that was one of the motivations. Plus, it's another shade in that bluish, greenish color range that I so enjoy. As you can see, I'm comparing my Naples Yellow colors to show how all three of the ones I have are quite different from each other. In the original Shin PWC there, I accidentally got a tiny bit of blue still on the brush, so it wasn't as bright as it should be, and I actually redid another swatch later. Now I'm comparing all my phthalo blue type hues. Phthalo Blue by Van Gogh, Phthalo Turquoise by Daniel Smith, the Shin Marine Blue, the M. Graham Phthalo Blue, the Ta Turner Artist Watercolors, which is a very goopy and sludgy paint, but I still do like them, which I bought originally years ago when they were the lower priced end of the artist grades and when I was upgrading, which I really do like the hue of in terms of it being a really good mixing color as well. The Daniel Smith Phthalo Blue Red shade, the Daniel Smith Manganese Blue hue, which does have a fluorescent added, so I don't know how light fast it is, but it does allow certain color mixes and bright colors. My Neutral Phthalo Mix, which is a mix of the Manganese Blue hue by Daniel Smith and the Daniel Smith Red shade, which is more of a neutral shade, as I said. My New Verditer Mix, which is a mix I did between the Daniel Smith Manganese Blue hue, the Ta Phthalo Blue, and a touch of white. And the Daniel Smith Red shade. Whoops, I meant the Paul Rumens Phthalo Blue was the one above. But anyway, they're all labeled. I'll ask you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you're really enjoying my content. For the artwork, I decided to do something that involved ferns in an oval with a boar croc. The reason why this entire composition ended up happening was because I couldn't make up my mind about what to draw using only the two colors here as a two-color challenge. I ended up using random rolls from my random dice creation charts, which came up with ancient plants, oval shape, and it came up with also crocodilian. I ended up deciding to go with an extinct crocodilian because that would be fun. I'm here using the Bimoji brush pens again because they're most excellent pens, one of my favorites if not my favorites, and the ink is extremely waterproof. After letting it thoroughly dry and erasing the pencil lines, I scanned the line artwork before painting it so that I can have a line art version on my computer for posterity, and maybe I might use it for something else in the future. Now I'm going over the original with the Naples Yellow first. I'm using a soft, more natural hairbrush, and now I'm using the Marine Blue. I'm letting this first, much more wet layer dry completely before I'll come back in and do the next layer. You need to adjust your techniques based on the type of paper you're using. I recommend doing a lot of different paper tests, keeping some written and physical notes, as well as just trying to remember. After it dries, it's not quite as vibrant as when it's wet, and I come back in with the next layer. Sometimes you work in several layers while letting things thoroughly dry, and other times you can work sort of alla prima, all at once. You need to decide on the style and technique you're using based on what you prefer and the particular project. I used some washi tape to tape it down, but I wasn't obsessed with it buckling because I don't want to waste too much tape taping things down. I also am unwilling to spend time stretching paper. The paper I'm using is not even proper watercolor paper. It's what I call May paper. Some of the paper I got from a woman named May a long time ago. It has a shiny side and a very, very smooth side, and I like to use it a lot. It's very good with inks and things that are smooth, and I just make it work with whatever I want to use on it. I've noticed it works quite well for certain watercolor techniques. Watercolors lift extremely well on it, watercolors and gouache, so it's really good if you want to use lifting techniques. And when you use soft brushes like makeup brushes and natural hair brushes, like the brush I'm using here, as well as you'll see some makeup brushes in this video as well, it's easier to put layers on top and glaze versus if you use stiffer or harsher brushes. The way you handle your brush can affect things as well. Sometimes it's worth the extra time and effort to force the quote-unquote wrong paper to work for you anyway, because you'll save a lot of money and heartache and be able to use the paper that you have. Other times it's worth it to go and buy the quote-unquote correct supply, but you have to decide for yourself what you want to do. Some papers are amazing for one material and not for others. This May paper is absolutely perfect with inks, for example, and I find that I can make it work with a lot of other supplies as well if I choose. Like I said, you can also try different mixed media and combinations and see how things work. As for these two colors, I love them. I've been doing tests with different color mixes using them, and I've been doing lots of different paintings using these colors since the initial filming, and I find them really helpful, and I'm glad they're in my collection. I particularly find it very beautiful to make color mixes with these colors with other colors. And in this case, I wish I had a reddish brown at the very least to make this from a 2-color challenge to a 3-color challenge, but it still looks good with just the 2 colors. Adding in a little darkness so there's more of a tonal contrast here can make a big difference as well. And here's the final picture. And now I'm going to do some mixes using these colors with other colors, starting with the Naples yellow. This one is permanent red light, quinacridone rose, quinacridone rust, azo yellow, green gold, the Winsor & Newton variant, phthalo green, lavender, and carbazole violet. I thought about it a lot before I chose which colors to use. They're by different brands as well. This is also Perylene maroon, and then Payne's gray. As you can see, I'm adding some more of the color listed to the mix as I go along to the side. For marine blue, I started with permanent red light again, quin rose. It's the same colors, but I'm trying them with marine blue now. This one's quinacridone rust, followed by azo yellow. I really love the beautiful jewel tones that marine blue is mixing. Green gold by Winsor & Newton makes a beautiful gem tone green. Phthalo green makes a beautiful turquoise. Lavender makes this very interesting blue color. And carbazole violet makes beautiful violet blues. Perylene maroon makes a black when mixed with marine blue, which is very interesting, and Payne's gray. Once again, that's all for this video. If you like my videos, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell to all notifications so you will know when a new video comes up. I aim for new videos every Wednesday, but sometimes life happens and things are delayed. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you with another one very soon.